With Splint's Friends and Foes program,
You can call your friends all you want.
and we'll charge it to your foes.
It's that simple,
Whether it be your ex-wife or your boss, your abilities get paid for you.
By the people you hate the most. Give us a list of your friends and foes.
and we'll take care of the rest.
Splint, where you get revenge.
And savings at the same time.
Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. Well, friends, guess what? It's Wednesday, as they would say. And I hope you're all having a good one and a good middle of your week. And glad that you're spending time here at the Truth Quest, because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. That's right. So here we are again, and we're ready to go over to check out our good friends over there in Chatlandia. It's a crazy little spot over there on the internet where all of our cool friends can hang around and chat and type, and it's just a nice thing. And look what we have here. It's Weiss123. That's Catherine Weiss. She says hi, Aaron. She's one of our ultra mods. And then Kathy also says, I'll be over on YouTube tonight. She keeps a good eye on the YouTube for us. And Kathy also says hi, Peggy, because she won't be here. She's going over to that. And I said, hi, Weiss123, Kathy. Okay. And then Kathy says, hello. Hi, Aaron, over there on YouTube, the horizontal version of the YouTube. And then I said, hi, Kathy. And I'm hoping that's a waving hand. I don't know. It's a little bit different. I'm not sure if that's some symbolic. I don't know about all these symbols and what these all mean, but I hope it means just waving hi, because that's the way it's meant. All right. So hi there, Kathy. And then Peggy Dancer, look at that. She's another one of our ultra mods, and she's over there on YouTube. She says, hello, Aaron. Hello, Weiss123, Catherine. Rumble. Okay. And she puts a little heart. And then Peggy Dancer's over on the vertical over there on YouTube, and she says, hi, Aaron. Hi, Weiss123, Kathy. And then Kathy says, hi, Peggy, over there on YouTube. And I wrote, hi, Peggy, over there on YouTube. And then Cap78 Pack, Peggy Dancer, back on Rumble, says, hi, Aaron. Hi, Weiss123, Kathy. I'll be here tonight. And she gives a little heart. And I wrote, hi, Cap78 Pack. Okay. That's cool. All righty then. And I said, hi, Peggy, over there on the vertical on YouTube. And Cap78 Pack, Peggy Dancer says, my granddaughters are pretty ill, tested positive for influenza A and B, COVID, strep throat, schools closing because too many sick students and teachers. Hope everyone is recovering at your house, Aaron. I think we all are. Yeah, I think so. Yes. Much better, I'd say. And then Kathy is over there she's over there on the vertical too. And she says, hi, Aaron. I didn't say hi to her over there. I hope that she knows that I mean it everywhere. And then Kathy says, hi, Peggy. And Turbo GC8 says, gives the okay. The okay. And Turbo also says, Trump possibly announcing something new with UFO UAPs soon. That's what I keep hearing. I guess we'll know when we know. But, you don't have to know Trump too well to know that he wants to be like the first president to do A, B, and C. And that's a big one. So I'm sure he's got his scopes on it. He wants to be the disclosure president, even though we've had other presidents who have seen UFOs and know they're real. Hopefully Trump will be our disclosure president. Oh, and look who else is here. Why, it's our longtime friend, Skylark74. Greetings, fellow truth questers, he says. I gotta say hi to Skylark over there. Oops. How come it didn't start typing? Okay, there we go. And Kathy says, hi, Skylark74. And then I said, hi, Skylark74. And it looks like we're all caught up. How do you like them apples? All righty, Aphrodite. Well, and I saw it over on Rumble, and it took a little while to get to StreamYard. Cap78 Pack Peggy Dancer says, greetings, Skylark74. Hope you are doing okay tonight. And a couple of hearts and a prayer. Isn't that nice? Oh, keep your prayers out for my daughter, Wonky Donk Mooberry, please. And thank you very much for that. Let's go over to the Book of Faces. We're talking about the land of Zuckers. Because a Zucker is born every minute. Every god darn minute. Did you know that? Okay, here we go. Are you ready? We're going to warp into another dimension. A dimension of not only time and space, but of something else too. Oh, and Catherine Weiss says, sending prayers to Alicia. Oh, isn't that nice? Thank you, Kathy. Oh, and Skylark says, hello, Kathy. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Aaron. Look at that. How do you like that? Alrighty, then look at this. Now, here's our thumbnail for tonight's show. And what you're looking at here is two sets of bismuth crystals, one on top, one on bottom. And I guess I understand that bismuth crystals have a weak repulsion magnetic field. So when you put them together, they will oppose and make these magnets float. Now, I don't know if anyone's ever taken up Andy's suggestion, because Andy talks about his dad's 8-sided bismuth crystal array that when electromagnetic impulses were sent to it, it propagated a hologram in the lab. He was curious why other people haven't just tried that to see what happens. Maybe they can replicate the same darn thing, but don't look at it. But wear your welding goggles, because one girl went blind from looking at that 8-sided bismuth crystal with all those holographic rays going at it like that. So be careful if you do that. But bismuth has some amazing properties, apparently. And you can make it right on your stovetop in a pan. You can grow those crystals, I guess. Bismuth. All right. And Donald Trump put this out. The United States trade deficit has been reduced by 78% because of the tariffs being charged to other companies and countries. It will go into positive territory during this year for the first time in many decades. Thank you for your attention to this matter. He's doing amazing things. People don't even realize all of the amazing things he's doing. And here is a sad note of reality here. And the note I put in is the very violent, murdering Dems are a threat to our republic. Danielle Gill put this out. Independent 23-year-old journalist Nick Shirley's mother says it's been very frightening being informed by security there's been a hit placed on Nick, her son. They go out together and do these journalistic trips and revealing all this stuff. We were told by security Nick was the number one man. They had a hit on him. Pray that Nick and his family are kept safe. Someone's really got to do something about these radical Democrats and the news for painting the right in such a negative manner that the left wants to literally kill all people who don't think like they do. It's disgusting. I mean, it's really sad. I don't think that there's any right-wing people saying things like that about mainstream journalists. I just don't think it's happening. It's always the left, strangely. Oh, here's another a healthy reminder. Days without a trans shooting, 0 up. No, got to take that down. It's only been one day. They're going to be taking that, adding, or it's not going to be 0 again for a while. Yeah. Jeffrey Epstein. This is from the Epstein files. And we looked at this before. Brad Zerbo says, this has got to be the craziest red pill in human history. Eyes on and fire, fire, fire. Yeah. And this is a Jeffrey Epstein, from Jeffrey Epstein, an email to GMAX, and the name is blurred out. Subject, Thursday, the 6th of September, 2012. Okay? He wrote, turns out Lynn forgot to tell me about Toe Chidleren Nix. Chidlren. It's not children, it's Chidleren. And Donald Trump, like a week later, October 8th, remember this was September 6th, October 8th, about a month later, 2012, got to do something about these missing Chidleren, grabbed by the perverts. Too many incidents, fast trial, death penalty. So if you followed Q, if you knew someone who followed Q, you probably know that misspellings matter. And gee, no wonder Epstein did not like Trump, because even back in 2012, what was he doing? He was trolling him, letting him know justice is coming. That's interesting. And he does it, learn our comms. Misspellings matter. So there it is. I mean, you can poo-poo the Q as much as you want, but we learned a whole lot about how these people communicate amongst each other, to each other. Learn the comms. Another thing that Q would learn our comms, because that's how they do it. And they're not getting away with it anymore because Trump is on them 24/7. And look at this. This is pretty cool. Shipwrecked, missing since 1872. We've all been looking for it, too, ever since then. Discovered at the bottom of Lake Michigan. So that's where it's been this whole time. I bet there's Nice shipment of something from 1872. 1872 was a pretty progressive time, the later 1800s. So many inventions, so much was happening. I mean, the world was changing very rapidly. Please like and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. Kathy put this out. Thank you, Kathy. And hit the old thumbs up because it helps the old algo rhythm, algo beat, and the algo melody. All of those algo things. Tommy, I don't think so. No one's dumping Trump. Sorry, Charlie. You're sadly, sorely mistaken. Sorely mistaken. He's over there on the portrait. He's saying bad things about Trump. You don't do that on this channel. You should know better. And Cap 78 Pack, it's always the demons going after the innocent ones like Nick and others. Just sick. It is, isn't it? Yes. And applauded on by Tommy, apparently. And Skylark 74 says, today's revelation was that Donald J. Trump's name appears 16,000 times in the Epstein records. Yeah, because they don't like him and they talk about him a lot because they know he's after them. It's so disingenuous when they say, oh, he's been in there this many times. They don't give any context, I don't think, if it's the mainstream news. And I hope that Tommy gets dumped. Let me see if I go over there and dump Tommy myself, if I can. Which one is it? This one. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think it's already taken care of. Looks like Kathy did it. Thanks, Kathy. I better switch back over now. Over here. I only have one of the shows showing so I can see the chat. Anyway. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Yeah. And Cap 78 Pack Peggy Dancer says yes, but also that he was the only one that turned Epstein into law enforcement and the only one that called law enforcement to tell them what was happening. 2005 or 2006, that happened. A long time ago. And Cap 78 Pack says, great job, Kathy. Man, these bots are horrific. And they're mostly on YouTube. You ever notice that? They are mostly on YouTube. They've been infiltrated. Yes, Lake Michigan. The Lac La Belle sank during a storm in 1872, and we were all waiting for that to come in too. Remember that? Just like yesterday, and was lost to the lake for more than a century. We've been waiting a long time, right by the shore. Didn't see anything. Now a shipwreck hunter says the wreck has finally been found. Oh, good. I wonder what they're going to find in it. Probably stuff. Here is Brandon Gill. He's really making waves over there in Congress. America First. Congressman Brandon Gill says if we don't ban Sharia law in America, Islam is going to destroy us. Do you agree with him? Yes. Look, he's even got the Superman curl there. Interesting. He wears his collar pretty tight. Could be a Superman suit under that. You never know. You just never know. And what's this? Donald Trump put this out. The skiff. The 2020 election. It's all coming back around. Oops. Yeah, I guess there's no video there. The 2020 election, states using Dominion voting machines allegedly switched 435,000 votes from Trump to Biden and deleted 2.7 million Trump votes, including 1 million in Pennsylvania alone. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Illegal alien pedophiles, rapists, drug traffickers arrested by ICE during President's Day weekend. Thank goodness for ICE. They're like the heroes making America safe again. And Raging Americans put this out. This is Aiden Antonio Torres de Paz. He was killed in a hit and run by a 4-time deported illegal alien. He was only 11. Aiden is why I support ICE. Isn't that sad? Look at that boy. Just so sad. So incredibly sad. And that's who the Dems are trying to keep those people in. Arizona election fraud. Let's take a listen to this from OAN, Christina Bob.
5,000 early votes shown in the county's final vote that did not have a corresponding early voting entry, meaning they didn't have that record, but yet there was 255,000 ballots. That is a lot of ballots. There were also over 23,000 who voted by mail after moving after the cutoff. So they no longer lived in the state or in the county. There were 23,000 voters who had cast double votes. There were 9,000 more mail-in ballots were received and recorded than the official number of mail-in ballots. There's a large discrepancy, more than 255,000 in discrepancy, and you talked about the 50,000 that was leaked in the report last night saying that there could potentially be these fraudulent ballots. We also know that the machines were connected to the internet, contrary to what the county was saying before the audit, saying that they weren't connected to the internet. We've learned conclusively that they were, and not only were they connected to the internet, but there was also remote access available to the EMS system, the election management system that was used. So there's a lot of discrepancies. There's a lot of explaining to do. And I want to point out the fact that the audit did not say that Joe Biden won. That is a leftist spin that's putting on it. The part that confirmed the hand recount is the same thing as counting potentially fraudulent ballots. It's the same thing we saw in Georgia right after the election. We saw a lot of people concerned saying, why are they doing a recount of the same fraudulent ballots to get the same fraudulent results? Well, it was part of the investigation, and they did that. So that's the explanation of where that count comes from. And they say the counts do match. They are close. However, there is a lot of indications of fraud. And so that's the discrepancy. That's the spin on the misinformation. There were more than 255,000 early votes shown.
There it is. Yep. We all knew it back then. Crooked elections cannot be allowed in the U.S. President DJT. Dan Bongino had John Solomon on his show today, and Solomon made an interesting prediction. When Trump says someone makes an interesting prediction, and remember, Q named John Solomon as one of the journalists that's going to break all these truths. That Trump will soon unveil evidence that foreign powers meddled in the 2020 election, which will result in John Thune immediately caving on the filibuster and Save America Act will get passed. I think Donald Trump is going to change the narrative in America. I think he is going to change some senators' minds. He is going to start revealing some of the intelligence that was kept from the American people. And we are going to see that our foreign adversaries had monkeyed around with our election system more than we knew. And I think when senators realize their state could have been targeted, there is going to be a different debate in America. I think there's some big, significant, and very troubling revelations about the vulnerabilities of our elections that the president is about to unveil onto the American public. Oh, bring it. Thanks, Dan Bongino. He's back. And Mel Gibson says there's no politics when it comes to protecting children. Child trafficking is a stain on humanity. Every child is a gift from God, not a statistic, not a headline, not a bargaining chip. Children are not political pawns. They are not commodities. They are not collateral damage. Society is measured by how fiercely it protects its young. If we can't stand up for our children, what exactly are we standing for? I agree. And this is from yesterday. Lady Patriot, PJ, put this out. Happy 17th. Happy Q Day. It was the 17th yesterday. There's Peppy. Staying calm, collected, and knowing. And at peace with knowing. All the Democrat donors stepping down because of the Epstein files. Yes. They're all stepping down. Senator Kennedy on AOC. She's bilingual. She speaks English and stupid. Both of those lingos she's pretty good at. Remember the Whizzer? Oh, this was a toy. Hours and hours of fun. You could get it to balance on a string. Amazing. From Mattel. Whizzer. He just whizzed it and it went forever. Great gyroscopic top. Fantastic toy. And it came with little things you could plug in the back of it and put it on a string, and it could roll around this thing. Defy gravity, seemingly. Oh, look at this. Camouflage hunting truck, 1500. Okay, well, that's a pretty good camouflage job. Now, if you could only get the tires to be camouflaged too, right? It's funny how they're the only things that stand out. Jeff Foxworthy, I know a good deal when I see one, even when you don't see it. I'm devastated at the loss of Jesse Jackson, says Biden. My condolences to Tito, Jermaine, and his sister LaToya. Wrong family, Corn Pop. You want me to lie about Michael Jackson to satisfy your sick scenario, but the truth is he never harmed me or any other children on that farm. That's right. He was protecting them and actually telling them not to go to some island, which I wonder which island that was. Actually, there's more than one island, actually. People who investigate Pizzagate die by suicide. They get suicided. People who debunk Pizzagate end up being pedos. There's never been a debunk of it, just alleged debunk because they said, oh, I've debunked it. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Reverend Jesse Jackson and his wife are hospitalized for COVID-19. Jesse Jackson, a famed civil rights leader, is vaccinated against the virus. Well, I think we know now why he died, and this was in 2021. They said, within 5 years, you see a lot of these people, sadly. And look, he's just trusting in the doctors. He doesn't know the Epstein letters back and forth with Gates about depopulation and everything like that. We just had a feeling, and we knew it didn't feel right. Reread drops reason Haiti at some point it will not be safe for them to walk down the street. Pure evil. This is a Q post. How many in Washington and those around the world in power worship the devil? Conspiracy? Fake news? The world is watching. Q. Yep, that's right. Oh, look at this. This is interesting from Bat Dad. Imagine being buried and then seeing a rat with a backpack suddenly arrive. It would be all I was even capable of talking about ever again. So Dr. Donna Keene says, I train these clever creatures to save victims trapped in collapsed buildings after earthquakes. We kit them out with a rat backpack and train them to trigger a switch when they find the victim and come back for a tasty treat. Isn't that sweet? Oh, I like that. That's a pretty good use of these very smart animals. Dems demand DHS ICE overhaul. Boom, Majority Whip Tom Emmer just unloaded on House Democrats. They want law enforcement agents to show ID when they don't want voters to show ID. There's no common sense here. They're protecting illegals and criminals at the expense of citizens. Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. What's this? Will you marry me? No, I won't be able to vote. Yeah. Corn Pop, U.S. Department of Memes Group official. That's a pretty good meme, of course. The left is saying, oh, women won't be able to vote because they changed their name, and they didn't change their name on their birth certificate. You're not supposed to do that. They're so nonsensical. Another man in a dress shoots people in public again. Yeah, it's so sad. It just keeps happening. The great economist Stephen Moore, President Donald J. Trump, has done something no one else has done. He has proven 22 Nobel Prize scientists wrong on the economy. Oh, yeah. Wrong on the economy. And there's me saying hi to the BK. And let's see. Another victim of the clot shot. Yes, I think so. I believe so. Very sad. It's just so unbelievably sad. Here's Trump talking about Jesse Jackson. The Reverend Jesse Jackson is dead at 84. I knew him well long before becoming president. He was a good man with lots of personality, grit, and street smarts. He was very gregarious, someone who truly loved people, despite the fact that I am falsely and constantly called a racist by the scoundrels and lunatics on the radical left, Democrats, all. It was always my pleasure to help Jesse along the way. I provided office space for him and his Rainbow Coalition for years in the Trump building at 40 Wall Street. Responded to his request for help in getting criminal justice reform passed and signed when no other president would even try. Single-handedly pushed and passed through long-term funding for historical Black colleges and universities, HBCUs, which Jesse loved, but also which other presidents would not do. Responded to Jesse's support for opportunity zones, the single most successful economic development package yet approved for Black businessmen and women, and much more. Jesse was a force of nature like few others before him. He had much to do with the election. Without acknowledgement or credit of Barack Hussein Obama, the man who Jesse could not stand. He has to put that in there. He loved his family greatly, and to them I send my deepest sympathies and condolences. Jesse will be missed, President Donald J. Trump. Isn't that so? But he didn't like Barack Hussein Obama. No, because I think he felt like maybe he should have been the first Black president, perhaps, right? I think that was his thing. There's our show from Monday. And if you didn't see it, you better go watch it. Oh, and I'm wearing button-ons because, watching the kids today, they're button-worn novelty devices that I invented many years ago. And they just slip over your button. I even got a utility patent for them. So there you go. And they really like them. It teaches a kid how to button, too. It's kind of cool. Button-ons. Originally produced by the Play School Corporation. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Let's cruise over to X marks the spot. Share screen. X. And here we go. Here is Elon Musk talking about watching AI develop as he watches his son X develop, and so the similarities between the two.
You're a father, a proud father. What have you learned about life from your kids? Those little biological organisms.
I mean, developing AI and watching, say, little X grow is fascinating because there are far more parallels than I would have expected. I mean, I can see his biological neural net making more and more sense of the world. And I can see the digital neural net making more and more sense of the world at the same time.
Do you see the beauty and magic in both?
Yes. I mean, one of the things with kids is that, you kind of see the world anew in their eyes. To them, everything is new and fresh. And then when you see that them experience the world is new and fresh, you do too.
It's so true, so true. Young people kids just have an incredible light. That's just a beauty to behold. And here's Donald Trump talking about Cuba.
We're talking to Cuba right now, and Marco Rubio talking to Cuba right now, and they should absolutely make a deal because it's really a humanitarian threat. And we have a lot of great Cuban Americans, and they're going to be very happy when they're going to be able to go back and say hello to their relatives and do things that they should have been allowed to do for a long time. I'm very interested in the people that are here that were treated so badly by Castro and the Cuban authorities. They have been treated horribly. So we'll see how it all turns out.
Big news on Cuba. Oh, this video never gets old. Oh, I love this video.
Talking about on your show is your allegation that government officials are aiding in pedophilia, child trafficking, and the grooming of children, right?
What do you mean, like what Jeffrey Epstein did with the Clintons?
Talking about,
you can tell it was just a sham proceeding, because that right there, Alex just knocked it out of the park there. It's so funny. If it was a real courtroom, he would never have been found guilty. It was just a sham. And I believe Alex is, to some extent, controlled opposition. And Carrie Lake put this out. In the hours before Secretary Noem's Arizona visit, rats scurried across State 48. We know what they're afraid of. The federal government taking a look under the hood of our elections. When Christie returns, I hope she brings plenty of handcuffs. It's time to go rat catching. Oh, I like that sound of that. Rat catching. Wouldn't that be that? Oh, this is a very sweet story. This woman, her mother passed away, and she's eating the last food that her mother made for her and fro. Oh, so touching. Oh my goodness. So touching. Here's something else that's touching on a little bit different level, but listen to this guy. He's got quite a few tattoos.
I just want to tell all my brothers, hey man, first of all, I just want to say, man, thank you, Trump. Because guess what? I went to a construction site today, y'all. Remember, I didn't have no job. I was doing Uber. Couldn't find a job nowhere. I went to a construction site. They was already working. Got hired on the spot. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Mr. Trump. If it wasn't for the move that you did make for the immigrants, and I'm not talking about the good people, I wouldn't have a job right now. Mr. President, I've been working all day, Mr. President. I just got off, Mr. President. I got a job for Monday, Mr. President. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, let me tell you, man, I walked in today on a construction site, hired me on the spot. I started work today. Just got off, y'all. Mr. Trump, thank you so much.
Isn't that sweet? Just really is thankful. And, it never do I remember ever a president actually affecting so many people in the way that Trump has done positively. Oh, let's listen to this gal. She's talking about the Epstein files.
Oh, no, nothing that serious. I just found some emails in the Epstein files where they talk about studying and experimenting viruses, hijacking our nervous systems in order to make us ill forever and then profit off of us. Cool. The dangerous version is engineering them to create toxins. Where are you? Did you come to Florida? Let's start. I have a ton of ideas. Richard Axel is also coming. So we will be able to attack consciousness from spiritual, mathematical, and biological perspectives. So whatever project they're working on here, someone says notation for biology is an awesome idea. And then they say, I will fund it as a separate project if it has legs. So basically, if it has potential to make the money, they will fund it. Cell membrane, pre-living virus. It needs grammar like a programming language, infection, infected cell, infected host, parasite functions, growth, decay, maybe things to be learned from ecological system math. Okay, so the next few emails I'm going to read, it's between Jeffrey and some person. I don't know who it is, but I think it's a woman. And this person is really curious about wanting to know more about the vagus nerve and obviously to hijack our nervous systems. If they're studying viruses and our nervous system, and when we have a virus and that virus is feeding on foods in our bodies and it's eliminating waste, it's called a neurotoxin. It releases, and when those neurotoxins are hitting our nerves, it causes all different symptoms. It's even more toxic than the virus itself. So I think that's why this person is wanting to research the vagus nerve. But they say, yup, it is just the beginning. The vagus is the interface for the nervous-immune system, but so much more, lots to do. Just checking to say hi, help me think about how to test idea of vagus as storage area and passageway for pathogens. I just realized an even more compelling connection for Parkinson's too. Found some really amazing people. They all think about the role of bacteria invading. Vagus will end up being key since it's the only link between enteric and central nervous systems. No one is looking at viral stuff in Vegas, which is where I think the big news will be. And right in plain fucking sight, man. They're talking about these fucking illnesses and talking about what's actually causing them. Viruses, bacteria. They say ALS. It's like a bug entering through the enterics and goes to spine rather than the brain. You look up ALS on Google. I have my computer right here. Cause is not known. Environmental, genetic, and medical medium has been saying this forever. And then they go off and propose their ideas, right? Paul Greengard thinks my ideas about the Vegas are pretty cool. And he says that I should come to NYC and work in his lab, and he will help me figure it out, or at least get started. He says he wants in early on so that he can win his second Nobel. If I can figure out the finances, etc., I will see about starting a part-time posting at Rockefeller. Oh, there you go, baby. XOXO, peace and love.
Isn't that interesting? Freedom enthusiast. Did you? Oh, here's another heartwarming story about President Trump and how doggone genuine he is. Listen to this.
President Trump wants to come to your church. I'm like, yeah, right. What are you talking about? Yeah, okay, come on. So they sent over an agreement. I don't even read it. I sign it because I'm thinking it's a joke. I signed a little venue agreement. On a Monday, he comes. His team comes. Wow. Half of the people look like me. I'm thinking, these kids, you're with Trump? What? We're in the hood. I mean, you got to think about it. Look, you have the hood, and then you have the hood. You understand what I'm saying? In our community, you don't stop for gas. It's just terrible.
And the Holy Ghost right in the middle of it.
Right in the middle of it, in the midst of darkness, there shines a great light. I mean, I'm in Detroit. It's a Democratic stronghold. We haven't had a Republican mayor in 60 years. I don't think a Republican has come to Detroit since President Trump. Friday, the campaign says, by the way, Pastor, we want you to be a part of a roundtable. I don't even know what they're doing. Nothing was pre-programmed. Nothing was planned. He comes in, the most authentic person. Because in my community, when older white men get around black people from my community, because it's so polarized, not like the South, to President Trump, He wanted to be around black people, and black people, they could tell, they know that. That he wasn't socially awkward. Then he says, "Do you pray for me?" People were yelling his name. So I'm a preacher. I'm in my church. I'm sitting there. They're chanting Trump. I said, hold on for a second, guys. We don't even chant Jesus like that. We gotta be careful around here. They're chanting his name. They literally sang happy birthday to him. It was unreal. I thought maybe there would have been a couple black people there to play. We have about 400 people there. Our church sits about 600. We have 400 people there. 70% were black. The media, the lying media, I never thought the media would lie. They said it was nothing but all white people there. They just lied. It was crazy. He said, Pastor, why don't you pray for me? And I just prayed for him. Pray for protection.
He prayed for protection.
Isn't that beautiful? Officer Lou. Thanks, Officer Lou, for putting that out there. Oh, look at this. Incredible cat turd. Dom Lucree. Breaking, this creator just made a $200,000 or $200 million AI movie featuring Kash Patel and Donald Trump in just one day. Let's watch it.
I'm really busy. Can you get Sophia today?
What? No, I have a meeting. I can't.
Oh, shit. Fine.
Reporting what is being called a geomagnetic storm. This is a phenomenon caused by a massive
Information as it comes available. Stay tuned to this channel for continuous coverage.
Turtle.
Sophia! Mom! I love you. I'm on my way. I need you to hide. Get underground.
Oh my. Oh my. Wow. Look at that.
Good morning, Sleeping Beauty. Why don't you get the president on the phone?
We have her. I'll be right there.
Whoa. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? Too cool for school, you might even say. Whew. Yeah. Oh, I hope you're not eating Lindt chocolates. Check out what we're finding out about Lindt chocolates. Whoops. Oh, come on now.
Tick, tick, boom. We're bringing the
noise.
Mint is facing heat today after a closer look at their ingredients revealed the brand's famous melting center isn't actually chocolate. It's solidified vegetable fat.
And the bleached fat is the start of something so much worse. Lint's truffle scrapes in at under 20% cocoa content, bulked with cheap fillers to legally pass as chocolate. To get dirtier, this load is fused with petroleum-derived vanillin, a shelf-proof flavor added purely to cut costs at the expense of your gut health. Multiple brands were scanned. Lint's truffle was flagged as a Nova Group 4 industrial hazard with severe lead contamination.
Tick, tick, boom. We're bringing the noise.
Severe lead contamination. That's Lint. I think all of the big name chocolates, you just can't trust that junk anymore. There needs to be some really good. Look at this. This is titanium fabric created using precision 3D printing to form interlocking metal structures, producing a metal that is flexible like cloth, yet extremely strong and durable. This is what all bulletproof vests need to be made of. That. Titanium. Look at that. Micro chainmail. I like that. That's a big breakthrough right there. Big breakthrough. With a computer like that, you can be a superhero. You know that? You can boost up if you really get holes in you. Maybe not. We'll have to see. The ending killed me. Oh, listen to this. This is pretty funny. We hike this up a little bit here. Here we go.
Baltimore City Police have charged a man. 31-year-old Dwayne Townsend is charged with indecent exposure and disorderly conduct on several occasions dating back to November of 2018.
And you see, that's what the problem is. Now, it's a beautiful day. I want to come outside with my shirt off, and I was just jogging, trying to get my body back in shape. And all of a sudden, I get hit stick like I'm on Madden, just boom, out of nowhere by a cop. And, it scared the hell out of me. I was so scared, y'all, I didn't on myself. And I'm talking about I was wet. I was wetter than a well in a bubble bath drinking a bottle of water, okay? And to myself, I said, indecent exposure? Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. What you want me to do? I'm a man. You want me to put on a bra? Man, that bra strap will snap like a bungee cord. Just go. And, I just came out of court, and they just gave me 2 court dates. One for each titty.
I'm sorry. It's not a fantastic response. I'm sorry. I can't.
Let's watch the ending again.
They just gave me 2 court dates. One for each titty.
I'm sorry. It's not a fantastic response. I'm sorry. I can't.
Oh, and Skylark says, reminds me of the leotard-like garments the UFO knots wear in the stories of crash retrieval incidents. It does. You're right. We might be, maybe it was developed from seeing that. Oh, yeah, Skylark. I think there was an episode of Seinfeld which featured Kramer inventing a man bra. I think you're right. Yeah, right, Cap. All right, so funny. I knew you'd like that. And here is that bismuth crystal. Look at this. Nicole III, levitation using bismuth crystals. Bismuth crystals have a unique property called diamagnetism, which means they weakly repel magnetic fields. When a magnet is placed near a bismuth crystal, the crystal aligns its crystal structure to create a magnetic field that opposes the magnet. Wow. This is a magnetic field, the external magnetic field. The opposing magnetic field creates an upward force on the magnet, causing it to levitate above the bismuth crystal. Levitation occurs without any external power source, batteries, or gimmicks. The levitation effect is not unique to bismuth crystals. Other diamagnetic materials, such as prolytic graphite, can also exhibit similar behavior transferred. Well, why aren't we making engines out of this kind of stuff then? Right? If you can spin things with no friction, couldn't you just put like coils of copper all around that thing as it spins, creating electricity? Couldn't that happen? I mean, I don't know. What do you think? But look how magical that looks. That's incredible. That is wild. That is mildly wild. I like it. I like it. Oh, this is so cute. What is meant for you will find you. The universe has perfect timing. Look at this. It's an AI created cartoon, and it's really fabulous. It's so beautiful. It's beautiful. Watch this. Aww. So sad. Sweet. That is so beautiful. I just. Oh, and Skylark says taking energy out of this system would probably make it quit running. That could be. I don't know. Yeah, it maybe have to. I know that they're trying to get cold fusion where they can get magnets to levitate in room temperature. This seems to be the answer to me. Part of it, anyway. Yeah. And Cap 78 Pack says, "Aw, isn't that just a beautiful animated show?" That's really from this person right here, Rouse JBH. Translated from Spanish. Oh, interesting. Look at this. Massimo, after a dip in the pond, a capybara came out covered in aquatic plants. he's got his own little bush growing there. Look at that. Look at that guy. I like that. I like that. Oh, look at this. I don't think women do this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, man. That's all you need to have fun. Oh my goodness.
My boots started to fall off. You won.
Look at that. I gotta say that is the best use of a leaf blower I've ever seen. Don't you think? I think that's pretty spectacular. You spin me right round, baby. Red Pill USA. It didn't have this on my bingo card. Oh, this wasn't on my bingo card? I think you're trying to say. Turns out Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, was bombing Jeffrey Epstein's friends. Did the Unabomber do more to punish Jeffrey Epstein's friends than the FBI and DOJ have accomplished to this day? Wow, that's interesting. I have not looked into that. I saw this article and I thought it was interesting. Maybe Ted Kaczynski had compromising info and was getting rid of the scum buckets. Interesting. I don't know, though. Look at this laser gun. This is a 40 feet away with a 1,000-watt laser gun. Look what you can do with a 1,000-watt laser gun. Look at this. Shows you where it's shooting it. From 40 feet away. Look at that, starting fires on wood. Look at that. Melting through cans. Boy, I sure hope pyromaniacs aren't going to be getting one of these things, because that would be dangerous in the wrong hands. Don't you think? Now they have laser guns that can actually melt metal from 40 feet away. That's incredible. It's kind of scary. Silent. Just the clicking of the... Oh, look at that. It's just sort of mesmerizing. Yeah. Montana Ted going after Epstein is a dream come true. Haha. Yes. That's crazy. Look at that. Donald Trump. If he was born in other countries. Oh, you got to see this. This is so good. Look at this. We're going to start over. Russia. Look at this. If Trump were born in other countries. Venezuela. Russia, Libya, Mexico. What's cool as a Mexican? Italian, French, German, China. China. Iran. Brazil. Nice haircut. Japan. Argentina. Pretty cool hair. Turkey. Nigeria. Wow. England. Isn't that fascinating? AI is just, it's, thanks, Gublo, however you say that. Is this same kid? I don't know. Abolishing child trafficking motivates me more than anything. Let's listen to this young man.
Child trafficking is the number one thing. I want to end it, abolish it, get rid of it entirely. I don't even know if that's something I'll be able to accomplish in my lifetime, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to shoot 10 times more than that. Child trafficking is the number one thing. I want to end it, abolish it, get rid of it entirely.
Cool. Oh, look at this. The miracle of CBD oil. CBD transformation. This poor little kid's having a seizure. Cannabinoid oil. CBD. Right? Calming down.
Buddy. There you go.
Look at that. How can they not make this real medicine? I mean, you know, recognized by doctors. I mean, that should be that right there. And this isn't the first person to show this effect. It's shown over and over and over again with lots of different people. So it works. It works brilliantly. And it should be recognized. Thanks, Claudia, for putting that out there. Oh, this is great.
Why doesn't Mexico have an Olympic team?
Come on.
Because everybody that can run, jump, and swim is already in the United States. Why doesn't Mexico have an Olympic team?
It's pretty funny. Oh, yeah. Hilarious. This YouTuber went where the consultant firm was listed into Tim Mynet. Let's see. Omar's husband. Let's look at this.
Purchase wines online despite them having a very high net worth of $5 million. But this right here is massive.
I walked by every single office in this building and everyone has their logos proudly displayed on the wall. I asked around for Rose Lake Capital and people were not familiar with it. I looked at every logo and Rose Lake Capital did not have an office here. That means they are using it exclusively for mailing or just for meeting spaces. Despite being such a large company, you would think that they would have teams and entire infrastructures or even an entire suite on Wall Street.
So Angela Rose is back at it again. I'm talking about a company claiming to manage $60 billion operating out of a WeWork mailbox. No office, no employees, no SEC filings, nothing. So today we're going to break down Angela's investigation and I'm going to show you why this is way bigger than just a shady business. This is a pattern of complete corruption starting with Congresswoman Omar. Let's get into it.
This company is called Rose Lake Capital and it is co-owned by Ilhan Omar's husband, Timothy Minette. And similar to the winery, in 2023, it made up to $51,000 and it had a sudden and very suspicious increase in net worth up to $30 million in 2024. So we're going to look for any signs to see if they're actually operating out of here because this is their only dedicated address.
So Angela went to this WeWork in downtown DC. I'm sure you guys know what WeWork is. Some companies use WeWork renting out office space. But this is an official registered address for Rose Lake Capital. Now think about it. If there is a company that's managing $60 billion, most likely they have their own office building. They're not using a WeWork office. And before before we even get into what she found, let me give you some context on this company. Rose Lake Capital was registered in 2022. So according to their financial disclosures, their net worth went from $51,000 in 2023 to $30 million in 2024. That's a 140 times increase in a single year. Now, here's where things get illegal. If you are managing over $100 million in assets, federal law requires you to register with the SEC. That is the Investment Advisors Act of 1940. Rose Lake claims they manage $60 billion and they have zero SEC filings, none. They're operating completely outside the regulatory system. Angela checked their website before going. No client testimonials, no case studies, no team bios, just a broken contact form and a dead LinkedIn profile. For a
Wow. There's nothing there. It's absolutely nothing. Oh, and look at this. This was almost the thumbnail for tonight's show. Plasma inside the ST40 fusion reactor filmed in color for the first time from Tokamak Energy. There's no sound. Look at that. Oh, it looks like an alien's eyes right here. I think this is the toroidal thing happening here. Some sort of toroidal. Look right up here. There's some very bright plasma up here. Look at that. That is bizarre. That is wild. Crazy. Crazy, you might even say. You might even say it. You might. Oh, and look at this. To all the Q doubters, reconcile this. Here's Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump, truthing this out on his Truth Social 2/17/26 and Q Day, the 17th. And what's this? The same picture, but in color on a Q post from 2019, July 16th, 2019. Look at that. What are the chances? Incredible, huh? Boy. Yep. So many things. Here is a horse being set free after serving a family for years. Freedom never looked so beautiful. Look at this beautiful animal going back to the wild. Look at him go. Look at that. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Isn't that just gorgeous? So Skylark says the confined torus is supposed to push hydrogen atoms together so that they will fuse into helium and release nuclear energy. Then he goes on, unfortunately, such torus structures leak so that sustained fusion cannot occur. The tokamak technology has gotten better results than the earlier attempts to create controlled hydrogen fusion. Interesting. And he continues, Skylar continues, but the tokamak system works great on paper, so maybe over time this technology will pay off. Maybe it will. They should get David Adair to help them. He's brilliant mind that does stuff like that. Breaking news, NBC reports that Jen Psaki helped Hillary Clinton's State Department reportedly cover up elite pedophile and human trafficking rings. Imagine that. That just never stops. This is from a long time ago. Remember this?
Avoid scandals.
I remember this.
Allegations this morning facing the State Department.
That's right. According to internal State Department memos, the agency might have called off or intervened in investigation into possibly illegal and inappropriate behavior within its ranks, allegedly to protect jobs and avoid scandals. This concerns the time that Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State. We want to get right to NBC's chief White House correspondent, Chuck Todd, with the latest. Chuck, good morning to you.
Good morning, Savannah. You know, there's an old saying in Washington that the cover-up is worse than the crime. But in this case, both parts of it are disturbing. Allegations of prostitution and pedophilia, and allegations that those crimes were somehow covered up or not looked into. So the State Department this morning is having to respond to those claims and those investigations of misconduct by State Department officials, including by an ambassador and security agents attached to then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. And the allegations are that these investigations were whitewashed, quashed altogether, and that those orders came from high up.
NBC News has obtained documents related to ongoing investigations into some disturbing allegations involving State Department personnel and at least one ambassador. A State Department memo says the ambassador, quote, routinely ditched his protective security detail in order to solicit sexual favors from both prostitutes and minor children. The memo also says a top State Department official directed department investigators to, quote, cease the investigation into the ambassador's conduct. It's just one of what another document describes as, quote, several examples of undue influence from top state officials. On Monday, a State Department spokesperson will not confirm specific investigations.
Now that's Chuck Todd reporting. He was asking both Bush Jr. and Al Gore about there being skull and bones, and he ended up dying. So I think that's why you didn't see a lot of people going after these pedophile rings in the mainstream news, because they knew that if they did, they would be unalived like Chuck Todd was. I believe that did happen. I'm going by memory here, and my memory is not what it used to be. It never was so good anyway, but anyway. It is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. There you go. And there you have it. Very soon they won't be able to walk the streets. Q, that's right. So mainstream news reporting is now confirmed years old Q drops. Yes. Yes. It's always been true. They've just been covering it up continually. Former HRC campaign manager testifies in Sussman trial. Hear about this? Let's check this out.
Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign manager, Robbie Mook, testified that Clinton herself approved the idea of giving the Alpha Bank story to a reporter as part of the Trump-Russia narrative.
She was in a lot of trouble, if you remember then, for her private server where she was deciding which emails to delete. And she was in a lot of trouble for that. So she was like, what can we do? I know, we'll say that Trump has a secret server with Russia. So that's where the whole Russia idea.
Yeah, and we know that. Robbie Mook. Oh, listen to this gal. I think we all agree with her. This is from Santa Trump. And this gal's name is Nicole, I guess. Let's watch what she has to say here.
I even had this meme. For the last 6 years, I've been labeled a conspiracy theorist by friends, family, my ex-husband. And now that everything is out and in the open, I find that instead of feeling that vindication, I even had this meme saved. Hold on, I'll pull it up for you. So I had that meme saved since 2020 because I felt by the time that all of this evil came out, I would feel vindicated because they made me feel like I was insane for even entertaining some of the truths that have been shown to us within the last several months. And I find that I am really, really, really deeply saddened that I happen to be right about this. It's not about vindication. It's not about I was right and you were wrong. This is now the time for us to come together because, like it or not, these realities, this is reality. This is the world we live in is much darker and much more evil than any of us could have ever imagined. So, to my fellow conspiracy theorists, I know it's very tempting right now to want to toot the horn and be like, I was right, I wasn't crazy. We need to start meeting people where they're.
Yeah. And yeah, I agree. There's no I told you so. It's just sad that we wanted it not to be true. But there's evidence. So here's more. President Trump posted a video showing how Democrats stole the 2020 election. I think we all know that. And is this real? Oh yeah. Oh no, this is really cool. Hustle BITCH put this out. Just let's listen to Megyn Kelly, what she says here.
Savannah's book, which was released in February of 2024, discussed a game she used to play as a kid with her cousin, and it was a kidnapping game involving Nancy. So we pulled the audio that Savannah did of her book. In it, you're going to hear her talk about her cousin Terry, who was, she said, like an aunt to her growing up. Terry's 20 years older than Savannah, so Terry would be 74 right now. But listen to this.
About once a year in the summertime, Cousin Terry orchestrated a kidnapping of my sister and me. It went down like this. The cousins would visit for a few days at our house in Tucson. And then, on the morning they were to leave, Terry would wake us up early, shushing us in the pre-dawn darkness as we made our escape. We would all pile into her rickety station wagon and head north, the sky streaking with bright oranges and pinks as the sun rose over the colorless desert landscape. Somewhere between Phoenix and Tucson, Terry would make a pit stop and let Annie and me call home at a payphone. Mom, Cousin Terry kidnapped us to take us to her house. My mother would feign shock, protest how terribly she would miss us, then assure us she'd drive up to retrieve us in a few days.
Isn't that interesting? It just, that whole Guthrie thing just seems so fake to me. So darn fake. And the UK has committed suicide. Listen to this, what this woman says. She went there.
Theft in London has gotten so bad that they've added on the streets this purple line that says, mind the grab. Not the gap, the grab phone. Because if you live in London, you know that if you do not have your phone attached to you via straps, someone will come and take it out of your hand. And when I say someone, I mean migrants. It's always at the hands of migrants from Muslim majority countries. Another cultural difference that I was talking to my friend about, that the American mind just could never comprehend. All of the bins, the trash cans in Europe are clear. You can see through them. Why? Because they go boom, boom. Because terrorists that have migrated into Europe put bombs in the trash cans. So they have to have clear bins. I say this as someone who has spent the last 3 years living in Europe. Imagine walking by a trash can or really anything that is enclosed and you can put a bomb in, it will explode. Like you have that expectation in Europe walking down the street. I would never walk by someone. If I saw a closed trash can in Europe, I would purposely walk away from it because I would expect it to go boom, boom. It goes boom, boom in the name of Allah Akbar, always. This is not normal that Europe has just adjusted to this way of life. It's just adjusted to women and children being raped, at crimes being committed at insanely high rates at the hands of migrants from Muslim majority countries. That's just normal for a trash can to blow up. We have an opportunity in America to prevent this from happening. And how it's happened in Europe is it's gotten in through leftist ideologies, through open borders, through DEI initiatives, through tolerance and suicidal empathy. We better learn from this in America so that it does not happen to us, because make no mistake, it will.
Yeah, isn't that spooky? Oh my goodness, the UK is just, and the Epstein files, this came out like a couple days ago. Epstein files reveal that Courtney Love murdered Kurt Cobain to protect an elite pedophile network. Explosive information buried in the release of the Epstein files by the Department of Justice has uncovered the Kurt Cobain case, directly implicating Courtney Love in his murder. Well, yeah, no duh. I think I already knew that. Oh, this is a reader's note. Epstein files mention Courtney Love's contact info known since 2015, but there's no evidence linking her to Kurt Cobain's death. Well, maybe it's how you read it. I don't know. Well, who knows? Look at this dolphin. He used a boat to hide from a shark. Look at this.
Oh my God, that's huge. It's literally circling us massive. That's what was after the dolphin. Where'd it go? 3 more minutes. We're almost in the harbor. Almost there.
Little. Look at that little guy.
Oh, hey. Is that for me? Nice to see you again.
Still back there?
Well, I guess now you know where I live, buddy. See you later. All right. You don't care.
Isn't that sweet? Isn't that just sweet? If it's real, is it real? I don't know. Oh, this is hilarious. Washington's ghost. This is clever. Watch this.
Hey, would you like to come in for some free taco?
Sure.
Can you hold this for a sec? Here are your tacos.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, you have something in your eyes.
Oh, thank you.
Do you remember when we met?
On the street?
Have you tried our tacos before?
No, never. Bye. Thanks for the tacos.
Hey, you're viral.
Today we saw a cleaner on the street, so we brought him inside for some freshly made tacos. We asked about his life and he told us where he lived.
On the street?
We asked if he had access to clean drinking water.
No, never.
He was so touched by our kindness and could not hold back his tears. Come visit Taqueria Chuyita so we can keep changing lives every day. Hey, would you like to come in for some free tacos?
Sure.
Can you hold this for a sec?
You see what she did there? They took the video and they completely changed it. They edited it to make it seem like, oh, so funny. So funny. I like that. That is clever. A great way to advertise. Oh, here's a great way to advertise too. This guy spent 14 hours waiting for a squirrel to set up his Rube Goldberg. Look at this. We got to start over. Wow. Look at that. The booty. They're eating it. Oh, so cute. What a nice thing to do for those little critters. Look at that. So fun. Can you do something like this for the critters? This is pretty cool. Look at this thing. Look at Look at that. How many hours did it take? 14 hours. Interesting. Oh, look at this. The baby wakes up inside a car wash. Look at this. worried. Oh no. We're better. Oh, they're worried. Poor little thing. Bless his or her little heart. Look at that. Oh, port went on strike because of the screaming children in containers. Here's another truth about our society that's very tough to take. Oh my. So horrifying. Is that real? I don't know if that's real or not, but it's just horrifying. Oh, look at this young man. So talented. Look at that. He didn't get them all, so he's going to make it right. Look at this. There's no sound, I guess. Look at this. This guy is a pro. Watch him. Concentration. Boom. He did it. Amazing. Just amazing. There's our show tonight. Look at that. Great thumbnail. And look at this. What has he seen? Look at that guy. No sound here either. Look at those eyes. What did he see? Makes you wonder. You know, people keep pets like this in terrariums to look at, but they're looking at us too. And by the look on his face, he's seen something. He's seen something. Oh my, poor little guy. Look at that guy. And that's it, folks. That is the show. I want to thank everyone for coming on by, for sharing it on out, and for leaving a comment, anything you can do. We really appreciate. Cheeto Dust says, yeah, he's saying his food delivery. That could be. That could be. That could be. And Skylark says, thank you, Aaron. And Kathy says, good night, everyone. And I got to leave my little thank you also very much. Thank you all so very much. I did no dashes between it, so that's just the way it is. Maybe you can read it, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Oh. It's taking a while to come. Here it is. Thank you all so very much. And Skylark says, good night, fellow truth questers. Good night, buddy. And I know that we're probably going to hear from our friend and Ultramod, Peggy Dancer. Oh, look at this. It's our good friend and Ultramod, Operation Shutdown. He says, I will keep my camera pointed to the sky so I can take a picture of that crazy UFO and come on to the Truth Quest and talk about it Oh, wouldn't that be great? That's going to be awesome. We welcome it. And there she is, Cap 78 pack. Peggy Dancer says, thank you, Aaron. Great show tonight. God bless you all. MK, peace in and prayers for all the sick and trapped children and adults, animals too. Yes. Yeah. Blanket prayers for everyone is a good way to do it, except the creeps, maybe, right? We're supposed to love our enemies, though, aren't we? All right. Well, thank you all so very much for coming on by. We'll see you again on Friday night, because we're Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. So like Operation Shutdown said, keep your cameras pointed to the skies so you can take a picture of that gall-darn UFO and come on to the Truth Quest and talk all about it. We'd love to hear that, wouldn't we now? Oh, we would love it. Oh, something's loose in there again. We'll see you on Friday. Be there. And until then, peace in. That's world peace, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh. And Operation Shutdown says, peace in, world peace, baby. Yeah, he predicted what I was going to say. And Cap 78 Pack says, prayers for Wonky Donk Mooberry. Thank you very much, Cap 78 Pack. And for everybody else. Oh, we got one more message from Buying. Good to see you here, Buying. And thank you, Aaron. Stay paranormal. That's right. That's the way to be. Groovy like a record. We'll see you on Friday, right around 9 p.m. Central. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace in. World peace, baby. Yeah.